Pleunie, ik ben 25 jaar en ik laat me knippen door Theo.
So, Pleunie is for the first time modeling for me. She wants, of course, to have the hairs as long as possible with a good condition, and she wants highlights, and then with no damage on the hairs.
No, definitely not.
No. Will you turn so you can see how your hair is now? Maybe throw it to the back. Like je haar van achter is. So that's where I have to work with. Dankjewel. Hello friends on YouTube. Got me a new model. Now I asked her Under Salon to be my model. So let's make her hair beautiful. It's dry in the ends. It's old color in. Start of course, like always, with a protection. Take my recycled cape. Show you the bottle where they came from into the video now. They are made from 10 bottles of plastic, and then you get a cape when you recycle that. We only have one world, so let's be careful with that. Start by wetting the hair, so you can see what the hair does. You can feel where the dryness is, it's in the end, so you can work with a hot tool. Give her the best condition, and I will light her hair up with a sunny effect with a normal color, but then over oxidation. But that I'll tell you in the video. Start by wetting the hair. Now I can see that I need some steps into her hair to get the best result and the best hair. So I think I'm going to apply first step 1 of the grind line into a moist hair, so it can work in while I'm working, and then I put the steps also into the coloring. 1 is the first step. It brings up and builds up protection, but also new products into the hair, and with 2 I seal it in the sink. Apply it on my hands and then bring it on the hairs. It smells really nice. It's ultra fine product, and it's not like the plaque systems, because it brings also moisture to the hair, and the most plaque products bring keratins in the hair. But I don't need a lot of keratins, because then you get hard hair, so you cannot restyle it very nicely. So I want just to have the best result and the best condition of hair. Brush it with an Olivia garden brush. And in the meantime I watch what the hair does, but also I watch at the shapes of a beautiful skull. Gonna make some more layering in the front, because it's a bit long at the front, so you can make some curtain bangs into the lines. Starting in the front, watch at the length, because it's a lot of hair. Part it from the center of the skull to the line on the ears, and lay the hair to the back aside. Watch at the lines of the skull, so I watch over the flow of the skull lines, go in. And the nice thing of working with a hot tool is it never damages the hairs, it seals the hairs and brings in the best condition of hairs. But it takes also away the boring parts of her hair. But certain that I copy the lines of the skull lines into the line of her hair. Go once over the same line. And the nice thing of the hot tool is that you don't have to force anything, it just slightly travels through the hairs without damaging. Go to the other side. Voel je niks van, hè, van thermisch?
Nee, helemaal niks.
Dat is gewoon heel zacht.
Het is wel grappig dat het zo kort is. Gewoon.
Dat is alleen de voorkant, hè?
Ja.
Met de achterkant erop aan.
ben het niet meer gewend. Volgens mij is mijn voorkant nog nooit zo kort geweest.
Oh, so you see, dat is echt wel prachtig daar. Connecting the lines to each other. Again, watch at the skull lines. Ik ben een heleboel van de droge spullen aan de voorkant kwijt, maar dat is wel heel fijn.
Ja, voor is het meest droog.
Ja.
De plukken dan.
Ja.
De rest is eigenlijk alleen de onderkant.
Ja, dat is bijna niks dat ik heb gezien. In the meantime, we talk Dutch to each other. For those who think which language they use, it's not German.
Ik heb veel gekeken door andere landen.
Ja.
En vooral Duitsland dan.
Nee hoor. Vooral Engelsen en Amerikanen. Take about a centimeter more. Show you that from the side. And now you can see that this is the length in the back, so that I kept a real nice line because all the weight was laying to the front and it looks like an old bob, but it's not my hairstyle.
Het was een bob.
Yeah, so it was a bob even. But that I can see because all the weight is hanging to the front.
Een lange bob.
Yeah.
Ja.
So niet beste kapsel. I'm connecting now to the line that I kept from the back. Show you on the other side where the connection is. And gently lay all the hairs on the same lines. Turn a bit so you can see a little bit met de andere kant op schietje. Een beetje verder weg staan. Lay them on the line of cutting. Gently go in, softly go out.
Nou, zie ik zo best wel.
Even niet zeggen. Je hoort toch waarschijnlijk de ventilator.
Zo.
Nee, maakt niet uit. Take about a centimeter over the fall of the skull, so I get a guideline on the other side. So from here I take it over, so I have a little bit more length. From the other side on this line, go to the front line again. Watch through the hairs where the line is laying. Get over the same line again. Gently go down. Take the hairs to the front totally. Comb them into the line of cutting. Find the parts that need to be cut. So now you see how wonderful the line is. It travels nicely in the shape to the back. Do the same on the other side. Wetting in between, so the flash wetting in between. Take the hairs on the line of cutting. Take the first line behind the ear. Lay the hairs in the line of a beautiful skull lines. Watch again over the flow of the skull. And travel gently down. Don't forcing anything. Finding the line from the back. And connecting to the length. The best condition of our hair is on the back. But we had summer. And now it's autumn. And in the Netherlands you see a shape of coloring because we had all the lines in cool colors, but now they're slightly going to the warm colors. So as a hairdresser, I really love that. Now I take the part from the other side. over to this side. So I have my guideline on the hairs, lay them in the natural fall of a skull. So using all the lines she has. And she has a real nice skull, so that shape I want to use. On the front, of course, there's nothing coming up. But lay all the lines in the line of the skull lines. Verschil kun je dadelijk heel goed voelen. Ja, misschien het haar is echt zo lekker zo. Coming to the back. Turner. Parting first on the skull bone. Lay the front to the front. Working in between. First set the cape to a straight cape. So pin this aside. Put the clip on. I really would love that, to have a way to set the cape aside. Only take off the ultra fine part. So I have the most length, and afterwards the hair looks longer because she comes from an old bob. So the front was longer than the back, but now her hair looks longer afterwards. Connecting all the lines on that. Give it a slight rounding, so I go into the flow. If I not can see the lines of the skull, I also can see the shapes of a body, because all the lines always connect to each other. So on the shoulders you have the same line as in the neckline. So when you copy them, you're always on the right line. So this is the same line as the skull line. So when you use that line, you get the same effect.
Mijn haar is eindelijk lang.
Ja?
Dat mijn haar eindelijk lang was.
Ja, maar dat is nog steeds. Het lijkt eigenlijk langer. Dat is het mooie van dit kapsel. En je hebt heel geweldig haar. En je hoeft pas weer in mei geknipt te worden.
In mei?
Ja.
Oh, jee.
En dat is alles wat je bijgroeit, is bijgegroeid. Dan hoeft er maar een puntje af.
Ja, super.
Ja.
Maar ook de voorkant?
Ook de voorkant.
Een stuk korter is?
Nee, het is alles wat het groeit, je moet even goed luisteren, alles wat het groeit, groeit dan echt bij.
Okay.
Nu breekt het heel veel af. Die haren die zijn zo droog, die punten, dat je haar harder afbreekt dan dat het groeit.
Okay.
En als je dus nu bij je thermisch geknipt, daar blijft 4 tot 6 maanden dicht zitten, die punten. Dus hoef je 4 tot 6 maanden niet geknipt te worden en is je haar ongeveer 9 centimeter langer.
Oké. Nice.
Ja. Lay the hairs from the front on the lines to the back. Now I only have to adjust the roundings, turn out a little bit more, as you can see. So I take the lines to the side, go in the opposite lines, watch what happens, and only correct this small part. Do the same on the other side. Take the hairs in an angle to the lines on the side and give it a slight rounding. Nothing more than that. You don't need to do anything more than that. So now I have a nice natural falling line. The old bob is out of the hairs, so now I can make her color. Nou, voel maar eens hoe je haar voelt. Voel maar eens hoe het qua conditie voelt. Hoe lekker zacht dat is. Voel je dat?
Ja, een stuk zachter.
Ja, mooi hè?
Ja.
Dus dat harde gevoel is helemaal weg. Dus dan heb je gewoon echt veel lekkerder. Je kunt er ook gewoon doorheen met je handen.
Ja.
Okay, putting on protection for coloring. Now I want to go for the beach look. So not a stiff coloring line. She has beautiful wavy hair. So I turn a bit. And I'll show you what I do with, again, step 1, because I put step 1 into it. Step 1 of the grid line, I put into the bowl. So I get one product, but I give protection while I'm doing the coloring. You see, I put on a plastic. I really love plastic because I can recycle it and can get the new cape of it. Then I pin the hairs up and work with my chopsticks, starting on the lines. Made a 10-0, so the most natural light color there is. Made it with 30 volume and a protection system, what I told you. Start in the center, hold a little bit outdraw to get that summer feeling, and the rest I completely fill in. The nice thing from working with a plastic cape, protection cape, is that you can lay everything on the cape. When the hair would be thicker like this, I would first lay a line of coloring on the cape, on the plastic, so I have a base to work on. First line, I don't need a foil between it, take about a centimeter more. The step 1 of the glint line takes away all the nasty smells of products, because they are sealed into the product. So that's also why there's no damage on the hairs. Get in, make a soft connection to the first line, holding an outgrowth of about 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter. Comb it in, don't go on the first part, and lay it over the first colored hair. And so I work in all the lines. I'm first going to show you how I lay the foils in a natural line on the hairs. Don't bend them or do anything with them, just laying on the hair. So I take a foil, lay it on the hairs, stay a little bit away of the parts that I left to outgrow, and now I can work on this. So I work layer after layer. Het is wel fijn dat mijn buren daar heel veel begrip voor me hebben.
Ja?
Ja, dat vind ik wel.
Hier? Of?
Ja, hier in deze dingen, in dit pand, heb je heel veel mensen die echt super veel begrip voor me hebben.
Ja, dat moet ook wel, toch?
Ja, nou ja, je hebt er ook bij, die hebben zoiets van scheid, ik ben hier aan het werk en ik ga gewoon lekker door.
Ja. Moet je dan ook?
Ja. So now all the products on my hair. Close this with a plastic foil and then gonna wait for 25 minutes with a bit heat, not too much, and then we're back to show you the end result of styling. Okay, back from coloring. After 25 minutes we rinse it out, put in step 2 into the sink. Now the hair is really soft and sexy and strong. Now I'm gonna give her a bit rollers, so this kind of rollers, give it a bit American look, and then under the dryer, so I get the best result and the best, nicest hair. And I don't want to get the small curly effect, I want the wavy effect. Before I start putting in the rollers, I take shape of Pleunie. It's a nice product to work with. Then I go over to my Olivier garden brush without memories, because when you have the ones with black ends in the underlines, they have a memory hold of which person you did, because they take up all the greases. Then take, of course, a comb. Take up the hairs. Take a nice large roller. Lay the hairs on it. Let them slip into the roller. And lay them on top. And so I use all the rollers on my head and show you in a second how it looks. So now all the rollers are in, so I can put on the net into her hair. First take all the rollers out, of course. Then put on the dry automatic, so when it's dry, it's dry. My fishnet. So when it's dry, we're back to do the end styling. Don't go away. Okay, back from drying, take out the net. Take out the rollers. Take a large teeth comb, gently go through the hairs. Fine hairspray of Lanza, ultra soft. It's just a playful hairstyle, so you don't need hard hairspray. Wel een andere kopie. Leuk. And for so far, Pleunie's new hairstyle and new color. She had a long bob, so now it's a playful layered hairstyle, looking even longer and a nice summer hair color. She will turn around to show you the end result. We see each other next video. Bye bye. Zeg dat eens, gaat hij dat beetje stek erbij. Mag. Dankjewel.
Pleunie, ik ben 25 jaar en ik laat me knippen door Theo.
So, Pleunie is for the first time modeling for me. She wants, of course, to have the hairs as long as possible with a good condition, and she wants highlights, and then with no damage on the hairs.
No, definitely not.
No. Will you turn so you can see how your hair is now? Maybe throw it to the back. Wat je haar van achter is. So that's where I have to work with. Dankjewel.